Sagittarius, welcome to your reading. This reading is intended for love, but you may feel free to watch it and interpret it as you like for other situations. We're going to look at your energy, your person's energy, and the energy between you. And that's pretty much my intro. There is a weird energy about your reading, I will say. I'm baking, so I do have a time crunch right now, and it was so funny because I was thinking, like, as I was coming in, like, well, we're gonna have to keep it tight because I have something in the oven, and that's interesting. So congratulations if that's something going on with you, but do not take it absolutely if it's not for you and not something that you're interested in. If that's over your head, that's fine too. So on top of that, I'm also like oddly hot, which is not normal for me. I'm typically a cold person, and I just got oddly hot. It could be because the oven's on, but I mean, I just started it, so it's kind of weird. So I am not wearing sleeves today, which is pretty typical of me in normal day life, but I usually am wearing sleeves when I do readings because, I mean, my hands, which are not fat in real life, even my hands look fat on camera, so my arms definitely do. So I'm a little self-conscious about that as far as filming goes, but you know, at the end of the day, I don't really care. It's how I look on camera. I'm a Cancer rising, so I'm basically like the moon. I'm also a Pisces, so I'm basically the moon in human form. So I don't photograph normally. I always look super distorted and weird in photographs. I think for most people, film adds like 10 pounds. I feel like for me, it adds like 50. But anyway, and that's part of the reason I'm not doing readings on camera right now, because like it's just so, it messes with my mind so much. It's just such a weird, like distorted reality from what I understand reality to be when I have to look back at myself on camera, and it's just too much. Anyway, so that's just something I'm thinking about right now. I don't know if that has anything to do with you, but just remember that the most important thing is how you see yourself, how you know you are, and not what anyone else is saying about you, okay? Really important to know who you are so that no one else can tell you. Right. Okay, let's get started. Can you show me Sagittarius' energy and love spirit? One card, please. Magician. Beautiful, nice. Yeah. Okay. We'll take these cards, but I was not actually reading it. Can you show me the energy of Sagittarius' person? Show me Knight of Swords. Can you clarify the Knight of Swords? Thank you. King of Pentacles. I didn't really like the way that came out, so I kind of want to get a reinforcer there. Okay. And the energy between Sagittarius and their person, please. Oh. Yeah. The Emperor and the Ace of Cups. For sure, some of you could be embarking on parenthood. Can you just clarify the Magician for me? Just clarify the Magician really quickly. Please. Thank you. Judgment. Wow. Okay. So that Yeah, Ten of Cups, family vibes, Three of Cups, family vibes, Page of Pentacles. I saw the Page of Pentacles while I was shuffling. You could be expecting an earth sign child, or you could already have an earth sign child in your life. As I was moving from your energy to your person's energy, which feel free to switch the roles, okay? If it doesn't make sense the way I read it, I'm reading you on the left and them on the right. It could be vice versa. I got the Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, which, I mean, we like to see fire energy. This does feel like feminine on the left, masculine on the right, just for your reference. But this is like attraction energy, right? So for some of you, there's like a high level of attraction in this connection. And coming out with the Magician and the Judgment card, you could be manifesting in a major way, right? This could be something that you called in, could be a past person. We always have to kind of mention that, especially with all the retrogrades going on. So you could be calling something back in. You could be just calling something in, period. We do have the Emperor between you. So I feel like this is really good energy. I mean, I feel like with the Emperor and the Ace of Cups, I feel like both of you, since this is shared energy, are working on your emotions, working on the relationship, building it, whatever stage you're at. And I mean, that feels good to me, right? Like you're both showing up to it. And once again, with the Emperor coming out, this could have something to do with a pregnancy. And you're coming out with the Magician and Judgment. So, I mean, you could be in a position where you are using all the tools available to you in an effort to, how do I say? The Judgment can be like making a judgment call on your life, right? So it's like indicative of a major decision that you're making, which of course would apply to parenthood. And the Magician card is actually not a card of parenthood or motherhood, but I could totally see it being applicable to motherhood, because you really do. It takes everything you have, right? Your whole life changes because of this instance. And even here we have a little baby on the left side of this picture. It's wild. So yeah, for sure. For some of you, I feel like this is you like fundamentally changing your life because of a pregnancy. I'm just going to say it. I think that's very possible here with the Ace of Cups. And the vibes that I was feeling. So your person is over here in the Knight of Swords and the King of Pentacles. To me, right away, I'm getting like rushing into commitment. Somebody else had this energy. I can't recall who. But not the exact same energy, but a similar message. Like their person was in a hurry to commit. Because in this situation, it could be about a pregnancy. But it doesn't have to be just committal. It can be like just like leveling up, right? Like hyper focusing on finances, on the future, all of these things. On the negative side of things, though, this could be someone who's a little bit reckless with money. So I'd be wary of that. Like if this is a partnership where you two are trying to work together and it's important that you share resources, right? I would keep an eye on reckless spending on this person's side here. But other than that, I think this is just an energy of this person like knowing that they know that you're their future King of Pentacles, and like I said, with the Magician and the Judgment card, this could be somebody that you've called back in, that you've had relationship or, you know, encounters with in the past. And this could be a start, a new start for you guys, where you're really nurturing it this time on both sides. And I mean, it feels really good. I don't really see any problems as far as any of this goes. Let me see if I can get any more information. Like I already talked about, it feels like there's a high level of physical, sexual attraction. My only caution would be, right, because this came out, like I said, after I pulled for you and as I was going to start pulling for them. So this could go either way, especially if you're a masculine energy. I would be careful of rushing into something, committing to something based on primarily physical attraction, sexual attraction, or chemistry, or for financial reasons. I mean, I don't think you should ever jump on an opportunity with someone in love for financial reasons. I mean, unless it's an emergency, I suppose. So I would watch out for that. Just watch out for rushing or reckless behavior in general. But in your position, I mean, you're coming out very, very strong. I guess that's another thing that I would say, is that you're coming out stronger than this person. They are in King energy. I'm not trying to knock it. But I mean, you have the Judgment card and the Magician card here. So this is like a big deal for you, something you've manifested. I think something very, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a turning point in your life somehow. And for them, I feel like it's a little bit less of what they planned and more of something that's happening kind of in a whirlwind. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. But either way, with the Emperor and the Ace of Cups in the center, that's a beautiful shared energy. Like I said, I get the strong sense of like two people really prioritizing this love, like protecting it. Okay. I once again did not ask for anything. I'm getting the World card. Yeah. King of Swords. And Nine of Wands. Yeah, for sure. A lot of you, this is like second chance energy. One more. Nine of Pentacles again. So, Ace of Jars at the bottom of the deck again. Three of Wands. The Sun, the Chariot. I mean, you could be moving, changing house, things like this. But, I mean, it's not really, reading's not really intended to be about that, but you could be doing that with this person, right? I'm a little thrown off by the fact that we have the Nine of Pentacles twice. I mean, it doesn't have to mean anything, but I mean, it is typically seen as like an independent, like single energy, and I don't feel, I'm not getting a single vibe here. What's the Nine of Pentacles about? The Knight of Pentacles. the Sun, the Devil, yeah, okay, I mean, there might be an element. I'm not really sure whose side this is on, again, because it came out, the Nine of Pentacles with the Queen of Wands came out as I was transitioning. So this, to me, the Nine of Pentacles being clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Devil. I could go two ways on it, but there could be like undertones of commitment phobia on one or both parties' sides here. I don't know. But there could be also just a shared bliss. This is what I feel the most in this reading, is like two people that are happily like chained to each other, right? Like commitment, okay, like I don't know. I feel like I could be very wrong here, but like it seems to me like the people who are like commitment phobic, and even, I mean, I can be commitment phobic, I wouldn't use that term, but like I feel like commitment phobia sets in when you are trying to commit to somebody that you should not be committing to, okay? And when you're with somebody who like you're actually suited for, that you should actually be with, it's actually a healthy connection, I don't think commitment is even, I don't know, to me it's not even a second thought. Like it's just like, well, naturally this is what we're doing. So I don't know, but I take commitment really seriously, even though I'm very selective with who I spend my time with. But I mean, there could be aspects here of commitment phobia, or maybe this was an issue in the past that is now not an issue anymore, because I don't really see that coming up. What I see is that if there was a break here, it's given somebody time to really see what they want and what, you know, where they're going in the world. Maybe gave them time to wrap up a cycle. And I think that you two coming together is a major achievement. Like I don't see anything, I don't really see any problems here. And once again, with the Sun card, you could be having a child, could be a son, and maybe that is like something underlying. I don't want to dig too deep under the surface or whatever, because I don't think that there's any real problem here. But there could be a sense of like being tied to someone just because you have a child with them. And maybe that like makes you question their motives, your own motives, whatever the case may be. But I don't really see that here. I don't feel that at all. I just think that there could be some sort of, you know, some paranoia, some insecurities, things like this that come up in people's minds that are just not really applicable to this situation, but probably coming from some other like feelings inside of us, right? So that's pretty much all I see here, Sag. You know, this is a shorter reading because I don't feel negativity. If I felt negativity, we'd be going hard and I'd be, you know, tearing it apart. But right out the gate, I don't feel any negativity. Just some potential pitfalls, you know, maybe dragging your feet or them dragging their feet, like not necessarily wanting to let go of being single. And maybe that is what is going on here with the King of Pentacles. This person's like rushing and then, oh God, what am I doing? I do feel like the speed is a little bit much for this person. Like, I feel like this person is slower than you or whoever the person on the left is. If you're reversed, this person over here with the Knight of Swords and the King of Pentacles, I feel is a little bit slower, needs more processing time than this person, who I feel like has everything all planned out already and has been like manifesting everything that's coming together with the World card here coming out and the Judgment card. I feel like it's all coming together. So signs you could be dealing with: Gemini, Virgo, Scorpio, potentially Libra. I'm not really feeling that though. Emperor, Aries. We have Leo here. We have Capricorn. And of course, with the World card, well, some would say Capricorn, but I would tend to lean toward Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, or Scorpio, which also are repeating. So let's pull you an oracle. But yeah, if you have a messed up love situation right now, I don't think this one's for you, and I apologize. This feels just really good to me. Some normal hang-ups and insecurities, but that's really about it. Yeah, I think somebody else got this card. I can't remember who, but I vaguely remember what this is about, and that's sort of what I'm picking up here. So let's get into it. Card number 24. Make sure that's a normal distance. Letting go, offering a way out. Truly loving another means letting go of all expectations. It means full acceptance, even celebration of another's personhood. Karen Casey. Have the courage to set it free. If it flies away, it was never truly yours. If it returns of its own free will, then you know for sure it was yours. Such is the old adage regarding a loved one. To truly love and be loved, love has to be given and returned freely and unconditionally. Aha. This image captures that moment of release. Will the butterfly return or leave through the open window? It is a poignant moment and one of courage for the girl who has released the butterfly, but is herself a prisoner. Okay. Her scenario is symbolically represented by the chess pieces. The analogy of imprisonment can, of course, be applied to self-incarceration. We are often prisoners trapped in a cell of our own making, either by fear, perceptions of duty, or loyalty to causes or people. Whether caring for a loved one or feeling trapped by financial, medical, or any other such circumstances can represent an emotional imprisonment as real as any barred window. I think I read that wrong, but whether caring for a loved one or feeling trapped by financial, medical, or any other such circumstances can represent an emotional imprisonment. All right, it's the sentence, I think. Yeah, like I said, there's an element of duty here, of being chained to someone, commitment, being responsible for someone. I mean, and all of these are natural issues, I think, that come up. Like, if you're dealing with a new commitment or just a commitment that's strained in some way by other factors, including a new addition to the family, that can be very heavy for some people, especially ones who don't like responsibility, who don't like to care about anything besides themselves. Don't get me started. I mean, you have to consider the person you're dealing with and what they're ready for. And like I said, I don't know. I don't think this person is as ready for whatever it is we're talking about as you are. I'm not saying that they're not in it. I don't feel that. I just feel like they're a little bit like bewildered, so to speak. They're a little bit slow. They just, I don't know. But yeah. And of course, for some of you, I definitely think that the message here is that Judgment card, Ace of Cups, something you've set free in the past is coming back to you, and like you knew it would, or you really, really wanted it to. You might have done everything you could to manifest this connection back, and here it is. And I think it's going to be better this time. I think that, you know, I think that you're both manning up to the challenge of nurturing it and supporting it. I don't think that there's anything to worry about. Okay? I hope that helps you guys, whoever it's for. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time.